great. So for those of you who this may be new, the healthy eating and physical activity standards are standards, as I said, that are have been evidence-based to really support programs with adopting healthy eating and physical activity in their out-of-school time programs. The National After-School Association adopted the standards to provide practical, comprehensive guidance for out-of-school time programs. So note that these are standards are aspirational in nature. So they're not, all the standards are not applicable to all OST programs. And some programs you may hit roadblocks in implementing the standards. You may not have some resources, cooperation with external organizations. Maybe you have lack of control over certain programming features. So again, aspirational, they're really meant to be a guidepost towards which programs should, a guidepost towards where you can work and feel like you should tailor them to your specific needs and to your specific context for the program that you're doing. So you can see on the slide here, there's a lot of standards, again, aspirational, but really helpful in kind of guiding you and thinking about where you want to go with your program and what standards you want to focus on, and to put plans in place to achieve those. So the HEPA standards you can see here, there's kind of 5 areas of focus. So they address the food and beverage and physical activity content and quality. So that's the content and quality standards. There are standards around staff training, standards around social supports, standards for program supports, and environmental supports. You can move to the next slide. We're going to hear from our presenters more about the standards. So I'm going to be a little quick on introducing them, and Liz has posted them in the link to them in this chat box. So feel free to go browse them as well as we're kind of talking through them. And then just a quick note to know that these have been around for some time. So back in 2009, a coalition of individuals from the National Institute on Out-of-School Time, often referred to as NIOST, the University of Massachusetts, Boston, the YMCA of the US, collaborated as the Healthy Out-of-School Time Host Coalition to develop the standards in out-of-school time. So then in 2018, the Host Coalition leadership team added new members, the National Recreation and Park Association and the Afterschool Alliance, and they completed an extensive refresh of the standards. So if you see HEPA Standards 2.0, that's just referring to that refresh. So we can go to the next slide, please. One of the important resources that a companion to the healthy eating and physical activity standards is an assessment tool. And this assessment tool aligns with the standards and provides you a resource to really look at the standards and assess what you're currently doing, reflect on what you're doing, and then make a plan for action. So let's just move to the next slide. So this is what the self-assessment tool looks like physically. And again, Liz is posting the links in the chat box. So you have an opportunity to kind of do this kind of assessment of giving yourself a rating, do some reflection, and then plan and create some actions.